Welcome back to Titan. So last time I was very busy doing all things downwards. So starting to build the stairwell that will sit behind here. And also I was doing some mining with explosives because what better way is there? So I'm going to basically be continuing with that this episode. So let's go out and get going. So I'm hoping that the pressure has settled down in that mining shaft I blew up, and I can get out there. Health low, but it's going up, so stop whinging. And I am going to also start by making a load of steel frames, because I'm going to need quite a lot, I think. Am I going mad? Probably. I'm sure I just chose steel frames, but I must have missed. Okay. Right, so we're going to need some more steel in there. 30. Go. And I made a load of steel, so it should be... There we are. Up to actually up to 300. I'm gonna go crazy. You can get in there. Fix that. Right. Okay, that's going to take a little while. So while it's doing its thing, we can go see if we've got some nitrice from our mining ventures. Right, before I go too far afield, let's just make sure I have actually got all my things and power, especially in there. 95%, that looks good. Okay, let's close that. That could go in there. Do you know what? I might take that door and throw it in here so that I remember next time I would like to put a hatch in front of that blue frame, which will make it slightly safer to unseal it. There we go, right. Okay, let's go. Didn't check. Alright, for oxygen for now. Okay. Now, the pit I dug was somewhere over that way, I believe. Hopefully I should be able to see where I built that piece of vertical wall. There it is. Good to see how it's looking out here. What I'm hoping is that it's had enough time to settle down. Okay, I'm not seeing a huge inrush. Oh no, I'm still seeing a huge inrush of gas. That is still not pressure equalised. Don't really want to risk going in and finding that I can't get back out, which I'm seriously concerned about. So that's quite a big hole. What to do? Probably what I should have done was bring some flares or something. I know I used most of my flares, but something like that I could just drop one of and see how much it gets sucked in. Maybe we'll just mine a little bit of volatiles and drop that and see whether it gets actively sucked in or whether it just sort of sits up here. Okay, that's not too bad, is it? Okay, what if I drop it on the edge there? That's still not terrible. In fact, even if I drop it just there, it doesn't get sucked in unless it goes actively over the edge. So there definitely is some inflow. It's not as bad as I expected. Yeah, I thought that would just be getting sucked straight down. Alright. Well, go on then. Go down and see how... Oh, that does accelerate pretty quickly once it's in, though. Okay. Perhaps we are not yet ready to descend. Disappointing. Oh well. Okay, this could be stupid. To fly over it. No, it didn't suck me down. Okay. The trouble is, I can't work out whether the issue is once I get the other side, I'm going to get sucked straight down really fast. It's too tempting. I have to try this. This could be very, very bad. I am crossing the threshold. Okay. That's alright. That works. Okay, I can live with that. Let's go and see what we've got at the bottom then. A disappointingly small amount after all of that. Oh well. Alright, well, 60. That is actually quite disappointing. Well, I'm not sure I'm actually at bedrock. I thought I would be, but... No, I'm not, am I? That means I could use more bombs. I feel like I'm at the bottom of a well. Yeah, okay, well that's interesting that I'm not actually at bedrock. I really thought I would be, which is why I didn't bother bringing any more explosives.
Power low.
Right, one advantage is that at least I can see here what's going on in the wall. The risk is that I'm going to get smacked into it, which was the whole reason for not mining like this to start with, of course, but... Go! Low is low. Okay, we're right for a minute. I need to switch away from that. This is only going to make it a problem faster. Okay, I think it's time I extracted myself from this hole. Okay, and... Well, that's 130, I suppose. I mean, it's better than nothing. I'm just disappointed that it wasn't more. I really thought that would be an effective mining technique. The hole was a bit too close to my base, and that's definitely too... Oh, pollutant ice, but you know... Yellow snow. Right, okay, let's throw that there. Okay, in the meantime, has this done anything? Oh, yeah, that's definitely done something. Slightly terrified to walk in front. Okay, there's some CO2 ice, that's good. And there's some more. Okay. Well, I'll take that. Any more? Oh yeah, nice. Okay. That's a decent amount. Well, plenty of frozen pollutant as well. Okay. Alright, well. Guess I'll go and see if those frames have finished printing and melt the CO2 ice. Okay. Oh, okay, it was just the defogger didn't kick in. I was thinking, why is my base full of Titan atmosphere? That's not what I want to see. Right. Have we got frames? We have frames. Marvellous. Right, okay, so I've already got 16 steel sheets. I'm I'm going to need... Oops. Going to need another 44. Okay, I did that wrong. Not sure what I thought I was doing there, but it was definitely wrong. Okay, so let's let that print. Let's get those in my backpack ready for my next outing. Put those away so I don't accidentally drop them. Right. Not sure how much of this I have to build before I can even try and seal anything up. The other thing I've just realised is that I still need to think about that door, don't I? I need to make myself a way in. So I may as well take this door and use it on the outside. I'm going to have to build some sort of temporary setup to allow me to get in. Oh, I really need to sort out my carrying slots. I might have to make another backpack and put it inside my backpack. Okay, that'll do for now. Right, this should be nearly done. I think. Yeah, should need another 2 more and then we should be done. Yes. Okay, so I want another door. Right, okay, that should do the job. Let's go. Knock them over on the way through. Right, okay, let's go back outside. And have a look at what we need to do over here. Right, actually there's some simple things we can do here straight away, so we should have switched that. Jetpack, let's weld these. That's an easy one. Ah, I've run out of welder fuel. I completely forgot I'd run out of welder fuel. That was why I went back in. I'm an absolute idiot. Well, okay, in that case, before I recycle the airlock yet again, I'm going to go and drop some more bombs in a hole. That'll make me feel better about my life choices. Maybe. It's much more difficult to see where I'm going when it's a bit darker. There we go. Base is at 135, okay. Right, okay. Oh, that's actually blown upwards now. That's that might become interesting. Yeah, I actually can't get down there. That's a bit worrying. If that's blowing me upwards that aggressively, that suggests that it's going to do the same with a bomb. And that's okay, it's falling. There we go. Okay. I should probably not stand there. Actually, once the inrush of atmosphere starts, I'll get sucked straight to the bottom. Right, well, I don't know whether that's reached bedrock level or not, but maybe that'll turn me up something else. In the meantime, I guess I'll wander around the immediate vicinity, I won't go too far, and see if I can see any more nitrice to blow up. Yeah, iron. Don't really need iron, funnily enough. There was a time when I was desperate for it, but right now I really don't need iron. That could be an interesting spot. Okay, that's a reasonable start. Oof. Run away, run away, run away, run away. I'm not sure it was worth all the extra effort of building the grid on the top. This just looks as very, very much the same, except possibly more efficient. I mean, actually, it's got sucked right to the back corner, hasn't it? So, I hope. Okay, well, there's another big hole that may or may not have a sensible amount of ice at the bottom of it. Not sure I want to go and investigate that just yet. Let's go and see how it looks over here. Oh, this coal. That is non-degassed coal. That's actually useful. I wish I'd got one charge left. Never mind. At least I have a drill.
Power low.
Is that one of it? No, it's not. There's some there. Okay. I'm sure there's much more, but still, that is useful. I thought that was maybe the colour effect of more. Right, I'm not going to grab any more volatiles for now, I've got plenty. That's still very much sucking in. Let's go and look at the crater over here. What's that? Okay, well that's 25 normal coals, so if I'm smart I can put that through the arc furnace and release some CO2 and then take it and drop it into the solid fuel maker, which will give me a second chance to make CO2 out of it. Right, let's hope that this has settled down. I think it has. Yeah, it seems good. Okay. Oh, there's a bit of nitrice there. Let's take that. Hey! Press turn on. I did not press stove. Oh! That was predictable, wasn't it?
Toxin critical.
Come on. It's alright. Don't die. Don't die. It's all alright. Don't panic. Don't panic. No one panic. Right, you do that, you close that, you close that, you do that, you flush that. Everyone is happy.
Pressure critical.
Okay.
Oxygen critical.
Okay. Incredibly, I don't have any permanent lung damage. That's a surprise. Right, okay. Let's see what we've got down here. Let's see what we actually ended up with. Oh, nice. Okay, right. Oh, that's the rest of a stack of... oh, anyway, right. Volatiles, which we didn't really need, but I'll take it anyway, because why not? That can go on there. Not so much nitrice, to be fair. Which is a bit disappointing, but... never mind. Any I can get is good. So it's a 33 stack. Yeah. Right, well, let's come back out of here before I have any further accidents. Let's go see what this is looking like over this way now. I feel like I'm going to be making another suit soon. Stow that before I do anything, just in case. Right, now I'm going to fly over the hole and see whether I get drawn in. Okay, the fact that I can't even take off tells me that there's quite a lot of suction still going on there. Yeah, just trying to go vertically upwards has the effect of dragging me towards it. And I can't move. Yeah, I'm now pressing backwards with my jetpack on, nothing is happening. Jetpack off, stuff is happening. Jetpack on, go up. Yeah, not so good. I think that needs a bit more time to settle. Okay, well. I'll take my loot and head back then. Oh, more. Do I want to risk breaking another bit of my suit? Not really. Am I going to do it anyway? Of course I am. Decent sized deposit here. Okay, come on, gently, 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 gently. Oh, yeah, nice. Do it evenly in all directions to at least balance the inflow. A bit more. Okay, this is quite a good bit bonus. Whoa! I was just about to say, let's hope I don't get sucked into anything. And as I literally started to say it, I got lifted off my feet. Okay, maybe that's my cue to stop. Is. Okay. That's enough for now. I think we'll not push my luck any further. That's a useful... it's quite a cavern system I've created there. Useful amount. And I'm going to go straight into the workshop. And I am going to run the coal through the arc furnace, which will release CO2 from it. And then I'm going to take it and throw it into the thinger. You know what I mean? The solid fuel thinger. That's the one. Yes. That is my plan. So, just so we get an idea of how effective that's been. At the moment, we've got 0.74%, 0.078 moles of CO2 in here. It's at 35.4 degrees C. Let's do this. Okay, so it's going to heat it right up, of course it is, but look at that. And we'll do the same with the other stack. No, come on. Off there, over there. Look, that one even just came back to me. It's like a well-behaved puppy. Cute! Right, look at that. So that's released 40 odd moles of very hot, but CO2, which is lovely. And it's brought the pressure up quite a bit. Not enough to... Wait, if I were to set this... Oh, this is still set to 0, so this is still trying to empty. So actually, if we let this just do its thing, that will eventually work its way around the system. Question is, should I drop the rest of the CO2 ice in here? Or should I feed it into the greenhouse? I should probably feed it into the greenhouse, because I don't know how that's looking. It's quite tempting to drop it in there, because it would actually have the effect of cooling it down quite nicely. Mind you, it's pretty warm in here, isn't it? Right, yeah, I probably need it in here. To be fair, there we go, that's at 9% CO2 now. Good, okay. Well, that's a decent start on making a bit more CO2. So hopefully these will stay alive a bit longer. We've got any more potato seeds, yes. Let's grab the seed. Oh, no, I didn't want to plant. I was looking for seeds. Okay. I did do some calculations on the amount I actually need in terms of, well, the amount of CO2 I need in order to make the amount of oxygen I need, and the numbers are quite horrendous. So I think I need something, if I make it purely out of nitrous, I need something like 8,000 units of it, which is kind of a lot, 1650 stacks. Obviously there are other ways to make it, but just give a bit of an idea of quite how much I need. That's a lot. But there we go. I guess actually it would probably be smart while I'm in here just to consume this. And obviously that's then got to be processed through plants. And I reckon if I fill that entirely with hydroponics trays in there, I can do it with plants in about 15 in-game days, which is still obviously really quite a long time. Let's grab that. That will be enough to pressurize the entire target volume of everything I've already built and everything I want to build with breathable air to create a proper interior environment though. So I mean that's quite a lot of work to get that far, but nonetheless that's an awful lot of gas. But you know, we've got various different schemes running to try to get it, so do whatever I can to add to it. One quick thing I can do is to flush this tank in here. There we go, have some more. Oh, we've got some volatiles in here. Not sure how that happened. We know the solution to that problem though, don't we? Oh, but not that, because I forgot to refill that. We do not know the solution. Actually, I do know the solution. It's to just do this. Okay. It's probably not very healthy, but I'd rather have them burnt off and then have to process out a smaller amount of pollutant. There we go. Right, so we've got 8.4% CO2 in here. Okay, that's bearable. And then in here we're at 3.5%. Then falling, which is what I'd expect, and hopefully rising in there. Great. Okay. Let's get back to it. Should be able to start some building work at least now. As long as I remember to top the welder up. Right. Oh yeah, let's switch these batteries back over. Now I'm operating around the base. In using one that doesn't recharge when I've got one that will. Okay, let's go. I said, let's go. It's pretty hot in there after burning the coal, but never mind. Right, so the first thing I'm going to do is apparently get sucked back in there, but the first thing I was going to do is get over here. And throw this coal into the solid fuel processor so that that is ready in case we need it, and in any case it's just set up and making some power. After that I am going to go do some building. Why is the pressure in here so low? That should be just throwing out nitrogen. Why is it not throwing out nitrogen? Eating how it suddenly started doing that. Right click to turn something on, sometimes it just puts it away. Yeah, I'm baffled. Right, okay, let's turn that off for a minute. That filter needs to be cleaned. Go back on. Yeah, that should be... It may not be going very fast, but it should be doing something. Maybe I'm actually just sucking it out of there faster than I can replenish it in here. Okay, well, let's switch some filters over anyway. That seems to all be processing, so it's not that. Well, I don't know. I'm going to guess that one from each of these is probably used. Do need to make another pollutant filter and another nitrogen at some point. That's the point. Let's have a quick check on the state of the nitrous one up here. Some weird stuff going on with those gases clipping through. But that's still fine. Okay, Yeah, that's really strange, that way that fog is clipping through the walls. That used to happen a few builds ago. I thought that was now fixed, but here we are. It's what's going on. I guess the Titan atmosphere is about as extreme as it gets. Right, one thing I probably should think about is whether or not I need to start pressurizing up some fresh fuel. Because the tank is obviously gradually running out. This is what I can do in there. And then I'll put the welder tank in. Yeah, because the welder's only pressurised to 2275 now, so let's see if we can get it a bit higher. Don't want to use up all my oxygen in welder fuel, but on the other hand, don't want to keep having to refill it because it's so close to empty. So we'll try and get that up to 3 at least. That will be quite enough. That'll do. That'll do. More or less 3. It's 3 now. There we go. Look at that. Right. Okay. Well, I think that'll do for now. This stuff's all doing its thing. Well, the hot pollutant is in quite a good state, 745 degrees, so that's giving me a good amount of heat when I need it. Oh, I thought that might just fall in, but it didn't. Okay. Let's let that melt into there. Oh, there's absolutely tons in there as well. This will make a good sized block once it's done. 185, right. So what's going on in here? It is almost hot enough, but not enough pressure. Should I say almost hot enough? It was quite a fair few degrees off, wasn't it? See if we can get it hot enough. I haven't checked how much hot volatiles we've actually got in the tank here. Oh, not as much as I hoped I had, that's for sure. I'm not sure that that is going to work. We'll let it hit 1 MPa and see. No, it is. There we go. Beautiful. Right, you can stop now before we waste it all. It really takes a lot of pressure out of the chamber, actually, making that much. I guess it's converting. It is converting the volatiles as part of that reaction. That's why it drops the pressure so much. That's something I think worth understanding for when I try and figure out what is going on with that code. I don't think I was allowing for the pressure drop when it actually works. Does its magic. Anyway, right, we'll turn that back on for now. That's only at 12 kPa still. That's so strange. Huh. Anyway, right. At least now I know there's some solid fuel in the system and it's 185, so that should keep me going for quite a long time. So I can relax about that for a little while. Panic about something different. In the meantime, let's try and see if we can get some of this stuff sealed up. Right. Close that one and grab that one and grab that one and let's go. Okay, let's let some of this settle a bit because I can see quite a lot of windiness is happening. Right. Okay, so drop down in here. What I want to know is, if I turn that on, will it... Actually, is there a way to get this to vacuum? But more fundamentally, I need to think about, how am I going to get in there? Probably one of these that I've sealed up I'm actually going to need to unseal. Right, first things first, we do... Ah, it's done it again. Stop doing that. Do need to close in this floor. Perhaps that could be the answer to my question. I will make that into like a mini airlock. It's kind of tucked away. Okay, that will do. It's not a proper airlock because we're not going to actually vacuum it out, and we're going to rely on the vacuum being in here. Okay, go. Right, now. Let's run onto each to minimise the amount I get flying around. No, come on. Get it done. Right, okay. Well, that's interesting. That now knows this is a room. Okay, so that's going to suck me that way, which is fine once I'm actually braced against it. Lovely. Right, now where's this one? There we go. Hopefully I can get in there. No, 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 no. No, 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 get me in there. No, I want to be... Oh my god. This is actually a nightmare. Right, okay, I'm going to have to turn this off long enough to be able to get there. Turn off! Turn off! Turn off! I will burn your cable! Seriously, will you turn off? What is wrong with it? Hey, there we go. Right, that was ridiculous. It still doesn't work because the only ingress for gas is through that way, I think. Well, and through here. Just want to get in. Just want to get in there. Let me in. Let me in. Thank you. Wow. Okay, that's better. Now, I mean, this has definitely got the potential to be a death trap. Right now, turn on. Be more better behaved than what you were earlier. There we go. Now, I do need to close the rest of that up, but what I think I can do... I don't know how long it's going to take to actually empty in here. Yeah, this was an insane place to put it, really, but there we go. It's done now. Right. Let's just rebalance. Right, so I think what I can do is pretty much now to lay foundations from the outside. Okay. I don't really know how far I want to go at the other end. I should probably count frames. It's probably a good idea, isn't it? Although it's quite difficult to judge because there's too much complexity going on. Yeah. This is a bit of an issue later. If I want to expand that way, I shall have to be very careful about that. I mean, I guess that's about lined up with the front of the hab, I think. Yeah. Let's go with that. At least gives me a reasonable distance. Obviously going to have to weld them without being able to see them, which I'm never a massive fan of, but I'm not that fussed in this instance because it's kind of the only way to do it. And the advantage is it doesn't make me go flying because it's underground. Come on, where are you? I know I put one down there. There it is. Oh. Had it. There we are. Right. Okay. I need to figure out how I'm going to set this up along this side so that I can find it when I'm digging out without puncturing it. Where should we go to? So I put one there, I guess, then I need to put one... Yeah, I guess I probably need to run along under here. Come on. Okay. So it's actually not quite as big as I might have wanted, but... Clearly I'll need to block in this space that I'm currently standing in as well, otherwise that's going to become a problem. Which means that pipe is eventually, well not eventually, fairly rapidly going to have to go, because I mean, to be fair, it's not connected to anything anyway, is it now? So. Okay, there we go. Right. Okay, so let's weld up the underground ones first, otherwise I'm going to end up killing myself. One under here, or did I do all of those now? No, I guess I did all of those, okay. Good, right, so we'll need these to run along here. So if I do that and weld all of those, then I think that gets me a sealable area. That's made something make funny noises. Let's hope that's nothing too serious. Oops, do not fall down the big hole. Hoping that these are buried enough not to knock me flying when I weld them, but we'll find out, won't we? Maybe that's it sealed. Maybe that is it. Probably not, and it's almost certainly not sealed across the front. Okay, stand by for insanity. actually. It's not too bad. Not too bad. Right, those need to be welded. We're going to put the welder. I can't see it now. There it is. Lovely. Okay. Clean up the floor. There we go. Now, the question is, can I safely dig this out now? That looks like the answer there is probably a no. Let's find out. Let's take a bit more. Okay, that's definitely a breach. Oh, it's not a breach, it's just an unwelded frame. That's a breach. Okay. Counting as in a room again? Yep. Surprised the defogger has not kicked in and said, hang on a minute, you're in a room with no atmosphere, or close to no atmosphere. Perhaps if I do a quick and slightly crazy...
Temperature critical. Oxygen critical.
No.
Pressure critical. Low pressure.
I mean, I know that's just made it super hot. But what I'm hoping is that it will burn off enough gases that the room defogger will, there we go, kick in and recognise that we're now not in a room. Or are in a room, rather, not in the outside. Oh, that didn't take much before it got confused again, though, did it? Okay, so clearly I need to add floors in this section. Oh, didn't need one there. Here we go. Whoops. Okay, there's a reasonable amount of floor space down here anyway, so we should be able to do something with this. What I'm not sure about is how far I can go that way before I puncture it. In a less extreme world, I might be inclined to keep the slightly rustic, rocky look in some of the walls, but I'm terrified of accidentally puncturing it and creating a highly dangerous combustible gas mix, so probably not best to do it on Titan. I don't think I'd do it on Vulcan, so I shouldn't do it on Titan. I think it feels like a reasonable rule. okay. Hello. That's obviously a gap. I'm not quite sure where that is on the other side. So it's obviously a gap. Oh yeah, it's obviously a gap. Ah, okay. Right, it's really easy to lose your bearings down here, clearly. I had no idea that's where we were going to pop out. I've left the drill running by accident. That was dumb. Okay, so I think realistically we obviously need one there, but I actually think we should probably then probably we should cut across there and just lock it in, because otherwise we're going to go too far. Oops. Okay, right, so I've got 4 sheets, so I can't actually seal all of that, but I can at least seal the one that I need to seal, which is that one. And I should seal that one for safety. There we go, right. Okay, well this is a decent sized space. Right, let's turn that drill off. It's driving me mad. I'm sure it's driving you all mad. Oh, no battery. Damn. No battery in anything. Okay, let's pinch the battery out of the tablet briefly. Stack that over there. Right, so it feels like that one could come out as well, which would be nice. Okay. Probably that one, by the look of it. Yes, that one could come out as well. Okay, well that's a reasonable amount of room down here actually. Come on, drag. Yeah, that's actually decent. And in fact, more than that. Why am I not moving? Who knows? That one can probably come out now. And obviously those ones will do once I've double checked that none of them are going to leak into the outside. Let's take... There's some silicone there. Don't know if there's an edge there or not. I'm not going to risk it for now. No, I don't think there is actually. I think that needs an edge putting along there. That's actually the correct way to configure it, isn't it? I think that's how it needs to end up, which means I can probably remove that one in the corner. So let's do it reasonably quickly so that we don't lose everything. There we go. All that really matters is just more to pump through. What have I done with the welder? Why can't I see the welder? It's on my mining belt. Of course it is. Silly me for not realising that's the obvious place for it to be. Okay, there we go. Right. Okay, well that's an okay size space actually down here. So that's what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, minus obviously the space taken up by the stairwell, but this one can absolutely come out. Let's put that in because that's going to be where the floor level is. Okay, yeah, that's a pretty good size space. That one could come out, I think, as well. Yes, no reason why it wouldn't be able to. Yeah, okay, good. That actually gives me some additional space in there. It's not very big, but it means I can just tuck some stuff under there. I'm wondering if actually I could go one further back. Probably, but I'm going to have to rip it open to do it. It's worth it, I think. Sort of feeling my way around a bit down here, but put that one back in there, which is one I've already just taken out, but there we go. Where's the other sheet? I can't actually see it now. It's really unhelpful. Okay, let's weld the one I can find. There it is. Okay, good. Right. So actually, I should now be able to take this out of here. Mustn't go too far back. This bit can be opened up there. Yeah, we'll even have a little bit of under-stair storage now. Nice. Okay, it's a bit bumpy down here, but it does the job. Let's grab those because we really do not want that getting melted when I do pressurize it down here. I'm just going to leave those pipes and stuff lying around, I think. Okay, so that's about a 30-ish grid. That's quite a decent amount of space. Now, what I need to do now is first of all go out through here. I need to bring some paint because I'm going to need to double check before I rip anything open that I'm not going to destroy the house. Now that's interesting, isn't it? I've got one under here, but I've got a gap there. Rather suggests that I could actually make it bigger. Okay, well, that'll do for now. It's a bit of a strange shape with all of the various nooks and crannies on the outside here, but there we are. That's what it is. Let's just check this out here. Okay, that's fine. Right. Honestly, for now, that pollutant ice can just go back down there. No particular use for it. I guess we may as well do this while I'm here. Okay. Didn't quite expect it to blast me that hard. Wow. Okay, glad I went to get that bit. Right, what else have we got? Yeah, I could actually run that right along, couldn't I, looking at this, but then this is a useful access way for cables, so that's fine. We'll leave that like that for now. There we go. Right. Okay, let's go. Whoops. Misjudged that jump. Now, I wonder what gas I'll get if I put that silicon through the... I can't remember. I think off gas is nitrogen. It's not going to be volatiles, but it's a question of whether it's pollutant. I think we'll risk it. Oh, whoops, I forgot to change the battery, didn't I? There's a bit of pollutant in here anyway, so... Obviously, this arc furnace shouldn't really be being used for smelting. Yeah, there's a bit of pollutant. No, there's a bit of pollutant coming off it. Yeah, it shouldn't really be being used for smelting anything that hasn't been degassed, so I will at some point probably just set one up outside or in a small shack just for rapid degassing, but it's good enough for now. We'll let the gas system slowly take care of it. Right, that will do. That's a perfectly good colour. As good as any. Switch the battery on that, and I think I noticed the drill was out as well. Yep. That's what the cold will do for you. Right. Okay. So, things I need. So I know that there's about a 30 frame floor in there, so I'm going to need about 30 frames. Let's just make 30. I'll probably end up with some left, but that will be fine. Here we go. We can go in here. I'm sure we'll need it soon enough. What did we end up with the atmosphere like? Okay, it's not too bad. There's a little bit more pollutant than I'd like, but it's not terrible. So, and it's all helping towards pressurising the base slightly more, I suppose. I mean, it is up, this area now is up 62 kPa, so, you know, it's decent. Right, how much gas have I got left? Oh, glad I checked that. Thought it must be running quite low by now. It's quite a lot of welding. Go. Right, let's run out of steel. Oh. Okay. And that can go over here because we are going to use that to put a door in. Oops. Actually, I might bring that wall through there and the plastic sheets through there because that we can use that to close up some of the remaining gaps. That would be a good idea. Just don't want to risk ruining the atmosphere in the greenhouse in particular, but the base more broadly. Right, still some way to go. What's the sort? That's not good to me. Okay, that's fine. Right. I'm sort of waiting now, aren't I, for this to do its thing. What I do need to do is to figure out with that new bit I've just built where I might possibly be able to get a data network in there. Which I'm probably going to need more cable thinking about it. I'm going to want some purple paint for the data network. I don't want 200. But I will take another 30. Thank you very much. Right, okay. I mean, I will need to be able to feed atmospherics and stuff down there as well, of course. Which I haven't really thought about how that's going to work. Right, I do need to do a couple of things in there, so I think I'm going to come in. Just while all that printing is doing its thing. Right, now. So one thing I do want to do is I want to mark that piece of floor. I'm glad I printed some purple as well. I thought they said more than it did. Right. Because ideally I'm going to build a vertical access shaft there, but I need to make sure that where it comes through the other side is actually in a sensible place. And then the other thing we need to do, well, two things I need to do. One is to release some more CO2 in here, although that's looking reasonably healthy at this point. Which is good news, but let's dump some more in, because why not? Good. Pollutant. Bit of volatiles. Not enough to actually cause much to happen though. Right, now what I want to do is to close that wall there, because my concern is if I take out the wrong frame, I will have a problem. Actually, I probably could leave the rest of these in here. I know what I'm going to do with them. I'm going to come through here. I still need to build a wall in there, so I'm going to actually build the wall in there. There we go. One access corridor. Now I know that blue is not visible from anywhere outside, but I'm going to cautiously remove one thingy of it and see what happens. Yes, this is 84 kPa, which is the same as in there. Okay. A little bit of atmospheric settling, but nothing drastic. Nice. Okay, that's good. And then that one, I think, is the next one potentially to come out. Yeah. Okay. We're going to want a wall. Haven't got enough to fill it, but we're going to want a wall on there, otherwise that corridor becomes a bit of a death trap. Actually, it might be sensible to do it like this. Just take the hit for a minute and remove it from there and put it on there. Okay, that at least keeps these rooms divided. There we go. Right. So the brown two, Arky 2, are the two that I need to investigate from the other side. While I'm here, I may as well eat and drink. Obviously the fridge will need to move when I take the section it's standing on out, but that's fine for now. It's not like it's going to fall through the floor and land on my head like it might do in real life. So that will do. Those I think can go in there for when we put more doors on. Let's do it. Deal with those later. Right, so I have the frames. Now I need the steel sheets, and unfortunately I need really lots of them. Why did that go there instead of stacking with those? Right, I think at least if I can get a single weld onto all of the floor down the bottom, that will be good enough for now. That means I can walk around on it. So to do that I need this to reach 28. Then I can leave it going while I get down there and have a look. And as I say, I do need to work out where to feed the data network in, which might be a challenge. We shall see. Conscious this is getting to be quite a long video again, which wasn't really what I wanted to do. So I don't know if we'll get all of this finished this episode, but it'd be nice if I did. At some point I'll go back and investigate the state of my explosive mine as well. But I don't think we'll get to that this episode. That's fine. Right, okay, let's go. I think I'm just going to take, actually, before I take a stroll around the end, I have a feeling there may be a data network. Yes, there is a data network connection right there. So, I wonder whether... Let's split that in half, actually. Never know when I might need a different colour. I'm not sure where that went, but hopefully I can find it in a minute. All the way up there, that was special. Right, so... Okay, that's... not sure what that's connected to up there. What's that one actually doing? Is that running along in there? Guess it must be. So the question is, if I do that as well, is that visible from the inside? Only one way to find out, which is to do the walking round. On walk, actually. Right, there we are. In the door. Shut the door. Open the door. Get sucked in. Not too much, I hope. Right, okay, so that looks like that will be fine. I do want to seal that first. So that tells me that that under there is the doorway to the hab, which, to be honest, I would not have guessed at this point. Right, now the question is, where did that purple cable come through? And the answer is nowhere here, but I suspect it's inside this bit. maybe not. This very, very carefully, because what I don't want to do is to weld the frame that I'm partway in. Okay, good. Right. So the question becomes, where's the purple cable? Should have put that green paint can away. Sent it for recycling. Right. Quite going to have enough, am I? This is more than 30, which is good, except it's also means I'm not there. What is wrong with me? Just lagged out completely then. Ridiculous. No, go down there. Oh no, look, perfect, perfect. Although I'm not going to have enough of these because I have some walls that I had not welded that I had forgotten about. I mean, arguably these two should be completely safe because they should be underneath the suiting room, but do not want to discover the hard way that I messed up. Right, getting there. Okay, what's the next most important area to do? It's probably into this corner here because I need to be able to work out what goes where. Right. That one I need to still drill out a bit. Right, now. Still never found where that cable came out, did I? Is how far do I dig there? Knowing that that will puncture on the corner, and I don't see the cable, so it's not in the right place. Suggests it's inside one of the other frames up there. Okay. Right, that one is the one I wanted to take out, so that's good, and that should be fine as well. I hope. Oh, as long as I've remembered to put one on top. I guess I can try this and find out. Yeah. With a slight caveat that I've just punctured my way into the wrong place. Yeah, that's actually not really ideal because that's now consuming my hab air, which I don't want it to do. Okay. In fact, I definitely don't want it to do while that's still running. So now I have a bit of a problem. Because I do not want to waste my oxygen, but I have now managed to get oxygen in here, haven't I? Yes, I have. Well, that was done. Well, okay, it just means I need to close up that wall and then do it again. It's not the end of the world. Right, let's weld the rest of this. I mean, fortunately, it was so close to a vacuum in here that it hasn't created a massive problem yet. Because every time I come and go, I do create a problem. Unless I simply weld that airlock shut. Move that. I mean, it's never going to be ideal. Whichever way I do that, I'm going to have to build some sort of temporary structure to close that in, unless I do just weld it shut forevermore and come and go via that stairwell. That would be an approach. Yeah, I didn't think this through very well, did I? Right. Weld that so I can't accidentally open it. I would like to come up with a longer term solution, but for now, that will stop me accidentally opening that. And now I'm going to have to accept a bit of pain while I sort this out as quickly as I possibly can. In fact, if I hold that in the hand there, then what I'll do is just bosh, bosh. That falls away. In fact, let's be sure it falls away by doing that. And that's not great because it's connected there, but as long as I keep that shut. And then... yeah, I should have put the door on the other side, a wall or something on the other side first, but never mind, I didn't, so I didn't. There's nothing to be done other than try to deal with it as quickly as possible, which means getting this frame out of here, getting a hatch on here, let me put it there. Right, I'll put it here. Okay, not ideal, but could have been worse. Right, there we go, and then let's get these welded onto here because we can. No, I don't want the labeler, I want the welder, and I want to do that with it. Okay, it's now very important I don't breach the end there. So I think with that in mind, I'm going to put frame here. We may as well. Is there a frame in there? There is not. Therefore, I shall do that. Obviously, they're not welded, but at least then I can see where they are. Good. Okay, right. Let's clean this up a bit.
Hunger critical.
Throw them down there. Right, okay. Not great, but okay. So it's now down to 22 kPa in here. So definitely not great. But at least the greenhouse is sealed. So we didn't mess that up. That's one good thing. Right, this cabling is going to have to be modified. So I can put a door across there. Yeah, okay. I guess the logical way to do it is just to run up and over. Just wondering if I can just connect that behind there. Do it. Oh, come on. I know where I want you to go, but I can't get a hotspot to highlight on it. Oh, why is this not doing it? Yes, in there. Thank you. And then I want you to come this way. Oh, there's already a cable in there. That's possibly why. So I probably don't even need to connect this way, but let's do it anyway. Because I think I can now safely snip this. I was clearly wrong. Ah, no, okay, I understand how that's working. Right, okay, that's fine. Yep, right. So if I connect across there, then I could safely snip it. This isn't the best place for it because I'm going to want to, in fact it's a stupid place for it. Let's bring it over this way. Going to want to put a wall and door on there. Okay, well again a temporary fix, but we'll do this. Another temporary fix, of course, because Stationeers. And in there, this video is getting very long, isn't it? Now that stays on, that means I can take this out of here. Which means this can come out of here. Although I do need to connect that door somehow. It's not the end of the world, that can go across here. I might as well even connect that to it because I could automate that door then to prevent future accidents. Don't know what kind of accident could possibly occur involving a door in a greenhouse and safely pressurized room. I can't think. But if I could think of one, then there's probably a way to automate it to stop that happening. There we go. That can come out of there. Nice. Okay, and then I'll be able to put another door across there and ultimately probably get rid of that one. Okay, and then this area here will get closed up and become a vertical access shaft with services down to the bottom. Okay, how's the pressure doing in here? Well, it's not doing great, is it? That really was a bit of a screw up on my part, but there we go. Never mind. Let's release that into here, at least give it a bit of pressure. And go out through here, I suppose. So I definitely need to rather urgently make some more plastic sheets so I can close that wall in. I think probably I should do that and then end the episode because it has been going more than a little while. Sorry about that. I kind of got carried away with what I was doing. I've been trying to be a bit more conscious of quite how long an episode's running for. With mixed success, but this one I just kind of went for it, didn't I? So there we go. Anyway, right. Ooh. But before I do this, if I make another door, I could put that on at the risk of adding yet another job. You know, it makes sense. It would make sense if I had iron. Give me iron. Oh, I didn't want to have 300 iron. What's that set to? 30. I definitely don't want to make it into stacks of 30. That would be terrible. Right. One door. Make it quick. And then I'm going to finish the episode. Thank you. Take that. Right. Okay. Let's go, go, go. Back through here. Grab those pipes in case they're useful. And back through here. I'm not sure we really need to worry about pressurising and depressurising. I'm not sure I have very much breathable base right now. There we go. Right, one door on there. Grab that. Weld that. Amazing. Oh, have I not got a piece of wall there? That was erroneous of me. Is that because I have run out of wool? I have used wool somewhere that I did not need wool. Actually, I'd be better off going through. We're going to do this, so we're better off going around this way. Well, I certainly don't need wool in some of these places, so we'll take that one back out again for now. There we are. Zoom. Whoops, nearly. Definitely do need wool right there. Okay, good. Oh, it's boiling hot in here as well now. Made the situation even worse, haven't I? Never mind. At least it's looking good down here. I'd love to be able to take that out, but I must build the rest of the wall before I start doing crazy stuff like that. Similarly, that one could come out soon and be replaced, but... Okay, right, so for now... Whoops, I fell in a hole. Let's weld the rest of the floor. That is the last job I'm doing, and then that is me done. And I'm going to make it super hot in here as well. This is unfortunate. So it was nicer to weld when it was at a vacuum. Let's at least get one weld on everything, I think. Oh, I've run out of gas. Okay, right. Do you know what? I think that'll do for this episode. I'll come and finish up down here later. Let's throw that down there so that I know it's here. Yeah, and I still never figured out where the cable came in, did I? Wasn't in that corner though, was it? Let's just do that for now. At least then I know. Right, okay, let's go. That will do for this episode. I have ruined my main base air, which is in a high quality move. It's now disgusting in here. 57 degrees and low pressure. So that was not my cleverest ever. But other than that, it's obviously all good.
Tank critical.
Go. Yeah, well, lovely. I think that will have to do for this episode. I suppose I could run this and that would at least get some of the worst of the rubbish out of the air. Let me just start that going. So I kind of got a downwards built downstairs. I kind of also messed up upstairs. So, you know, at least I didn't kill the greenhouse, but I may well as soon as I open that door. Just not too good, but there we are. In the meantime, though, I think that is quite enough for one go. Oh, I'm dying of hunger, so it is. We're going to deal with that. I must deal with that before I leave. No, do not destroy my greenhouse. Do not destroy the greenhouse. Oh, I left the oil on the other side. I'm just going to make a quick jacket potato. I don't think I really want to risk mucking about, but I do need to eat, so let's do that. I mean, at least there's plenty of CO2 in here, so that's a start, right?
Oxygen low.
Yeah, I know oxygen low,
Caution.
but, you know, I'm not dying immediately, so I'll take it, whereas outside I think I probably would be. Yeah, it is breathable in here, so, you know, I don't know what you're whinging about, really.
Oxygen low.
Right, I can't actually even drink. Right, okay, there we are. That is now it for this episode, ridiculously long as it is. I have built downstairs, I have wrecked upstairs. My work here is done. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you on the next episode. Bye for now.